This Lapras is from 1999. In a PSA 10 it sells for $7,500. The exact same card, in a PSA 9, sells for $463. 1 grade point, 16 times the money. And that is not a fluke on one card. Across 223 cards where both grades sold, the 10 is worth 3.5 times the 9. So we pulled every graded sale we could and asked 3 questions. Who actually grades? What the slab is worth? And whether the company matters. First question. Who is actually grading these cards? It is not close. Of every graded Pokemon card that sold, 84% were graded by PSA. Everyone else is fighting over the leftovers. PSA showed up on 99% of the cards we looked at. Not the most popular option. Effectively the default one. Second question. What does that plastic slab actually add? Compared to the same card sold raw, a PSA 10 sells for a little over twice as much. But that median hides a wide spread. On some cards it is barely 50% more. On others it is more than 4 times. Here is what that looks like on a modern card. This sizer in a PSA 10 goes for $450. In a PSA 9, $31. Across 379 sales between the 2 grades. That is the real lesson. Grading does not add value smoothly. Almost all of it sits on the last point, and you do not control which side of it you land on. Third question, and the one that costs people money. Does it matter who grades it? Same card, same grade of 10. This Charizard GX in a PSA slab sells for $502. In a CGC slab, $64. Across the whole sample, a PSA 10 sells for about 85% more than a CGC 10 and about 80% more than an ACE 10. The name on the label is worth real money. Except for one. Tag is the newcomer that grades with machines instead of people. And on the 52 cards where we could compare them directly, a Tag 10 sells for the same as a PSA 10. 0.96. Statistically, that is parity from a company with 3% of the market. Whether that holds as Tag grows is the thing worth watching. 2 honest limits. BGS 10s looked like they beat PSA, but only 8 cards had enough sales to compare, so we are not calling that. And SGC barely trades at all. Small samples are how people end up believing things that are not true. So, PSA owns the market. The 10th point is where the money is, and one newcomer is already matching them on price. If you are sending cards in, those are the 3 things that actually decide what you get back. All numbers from completed eBay sales. Subscribe for more Pokemon card data.